Portrait.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, so we're live. Okay, cool. All right, so hey you guys, we are live. Um, hi.
What's up?
So I know we look bummy, and this is our room, and we look bummy when we go to bed, but
Pajama life.
pajama life, right? But in real life,
Yeah.
I ain't no slouch. I ain't no slouch. I ain't no. But anyways, I'm gonna get to the subject. Like, I wanted to see if people would come on in and watch, but people might go back and watch. But if I say, hey, we're going live or something, people don't really support us like that.
It ain't even about the support. We good either way. If you can deal with us or don't deal with us, that's the process.
I mean, that's true. Either you deal with me or you don't deal with me, and that's cool. But I know that, sorry, this is a conversation that a lot of women have issues with. And I had an issue with it yesterday. What is this? Hold on.
What?
Oh, it's like I can do effects and stuff. Oh, I was just wondering what it was.
Who it is with me and you? They definitely go ways back. I
But
can hand it to you.
no, it's not gonna waste. It's not a
Oh,
lot in
okay.
there. Anyways, like I'm gonna just start it because I'm sure that people might go back and watch it later, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But um, let me tell you the issue that happened. And first, before I start, like, to get Jarvis to like open up in front of other people about like our business, like we don't tell our family business to people because we realized, for one, people really don't care and they love to see our downfall. And people are no. Can you wake?
I'm up. I'm up. I'm up. I'm up. What is up?
No, I was about to hit the camera and hit your face.
Oh yeah. I better
But anyways,
look at you.
the awakening makes dreams a reputation that don't deserve. Okay. Well, anyways, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about guy talk. Um, guys be at work, and there's guys that's married, there's guys that's in a relationship, um, and I am a very sensitive person when it comes to Jarvis. Um, my thing is like it took a lot for me to break down the walls that I have built up because I have been through so much in life. So, anyways, let's get to the point. He butt dialed me yesterday. So, of course, I answered the phone. Hello? And I'm like, hello, hello, hello. So, anyways, I start listening because I realized that he butt dialed me. And instead of me hanging up, please wake up and pay
I'm
attention.
up,
If you
man. I'm up.
cannot
I'm up. I'm
stay
up. I'm up.
awake, I just
I'm
can
not
end
asleep.
it.
I'm watching
All
this.
right, well, let's not watch it. So,
All right.
anyways, he butt dialed me. And I answered the phone. And instead of me realizing that he butt dialed me, um, I became a nosy woman, like any other woman would be, and I began to listen. So, what caught me was the conversation. Thank you, Fleetwood. He said, wake up. He's about to wake up because I'm about to dig into his ass. So,
Again.
anyways.
Jesus. I mean.
So, anyways, I was nosy when I heard him talking about his ex girlfriend. First and foremost, he was, like going back into the past. Yeah, I had this shorty or whatever, and I used to stay at her house, and
Can I interrupt?
and
And
go ahead, interrupt.
uh, it was a young dude that was upstairs. He was yelling. You might not hear. His conversation was, "I'm going to see a girl after work." I was like, man, you dating them little ass kids, and I was like, damn. When I was little at 15, he 18, but he in that process he can date 16-year old. 17
Okay,
year
well
old man.
let's just hold
Yeah.
on. Let me tell my side of the story. As a woman,
Why you skip
listen,
the?
we're
Alright.
not we're gonna go back to you, but as a woman, when if they were talking about like the job, oh, so you got to sit up on this. So if
Yeah.
they were talking about like the job, the boss man said do this and the boss man, I would have hung the phone up. But so I'm hearing him talk about yeah, that okay. Fleetwood said that was many years ago. Let me smack this phone. Fleetwood, I'm about to smack you. Let me finish.
What happened to the cookout, man? We supposed to came over there
No,
and
can
ate,
you
dog.
stop? Let's tell the story.
Alright, go ahead.
So, anyways, if he was talking about work, I would have hung the phone up. But I hear him talking about, Shorty, he used to stay over there, blah, 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 how their mom caught him and whatever. He was like, but she won't the only girl I was fucking with. I had a whole lot of people I was fucking with at that time. And I'm still listening like, why are you reminiscing? Like,
It's not reminiscent. I
you
know
just
I
gonna
would
cut me
never
off.
go in that life ever again. That's what I was
Anyways,
saying. So that's
my
old school
thing,
to me
that's
talking
old
to
school to
a
you,
18-year-old.
but I'm thinking like, why is he reminiscing? So, anyways, he goes into a conversation. He was like, "Yeah, me and my old lady got to arguing last night." He goes into a conversation. Now, he's supposed to be going out of town for work for a day. Mind you, I mean, a lot of people don't know, but Jarvis and I are never away from each other, ever.
I think people know that.
So it's like for me to go to sleep without him, it would be hard. Everything. I was very, very, very emotional about him having to go out of town. No lie, I was emotional. Okay, yes, I mean, I talk, I'm a thug, but I cry. Thug, what Tupac said, even thugs cry, whatever.
Mm.
Whatever. So the point is, I was very emotional the night before because he was going out of town for work. So he's going to tell the guy, like, me and my old lady got to arguing because I got to go to Newport News and stay from work. Talking about something, she can't sleep without me. I was like, shit, just go to sleep.
And that was
Now,
a joke.
that's not how the conversation went, of course. But then on top of that, he was like, yeah, she think I'm going to be cheating. I'm going to have another girl in the hotel room or whatever. I
And I
mean,
said she know I ain't like that. But go ahead, keep telling you.
thank you,
And
because you're interrupting me.
I'm sorry.
So he was like, yeah, she thinking I'm gonna have a girl up in the hotel room, ha 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 ha, And then he started saying, well, my wife know that I look at other bitches.
That don't hurt.
You know what? That's when it took me over the edge. His wife know that he look. That's what he said. He was like, "Shit, my wife know I look at other bitches." First of all, no, the fuck I don't.
But I
Now,
don't.
if you got a problem with language and cursing, this is not the video for you because I was set all the way off
Yeah,
when
get
I
off.
heard that. I was set all the way off. So I hang the phone up and I call him back and I went in on him. I completely cussed him all the way out because first and foremost, no, I don't know that you look at other bitches. Second of all, don't try to play me to these people like I'm some type of, off-brand chick that don't care what you do. Like you can do whatever you want to me.
And see, it didn't come out that way,
And
baby cake. You know
okay,
that.
yes, it did. You said your exact words was, "My wife know that I look." No, this how it was. Shit, my wife know that I look
So
at
you
other
ain't hear
bitches.
when the young nigga whispered to
So
me.
of course I can't hear whispering, but
Yeah, he was right
anyways,
there.
my thing is, don't try to play me like I know
Never
you
do.
look at other chicks. Like, nah, I don't know that you do that because if you did, then trust and believe I would be looking at other guys.
But you know I don't look at other chicks.
And
You know that.
then on top of that, I feel like you played me in another way because I felt like I was having an intimate and personal conversation with you the night before when I told you how I felt about you going out of town and how hurt I was. And I released a lot of emotions and telling that. And you go to work and you talk about it. Like, I felt like I was being clown.
Nah, can I talk? You may talk
Okay, you
before.
can go ahead and
All right,
talk.
the conversation came up. Man, we've been working with each other for probably like a month now. But
It
we
just get
discussed.
just get to
All
the
right, I'm getting to the
conversation.
point. So we talking right. My thing is that when guys talk, they talk. It don't be, you know what I'm saying. I ain't know you was eavesdropping for 45 minutes on the other end
Sure
neither.
was for
But the
45
way that we was
whole
talking,
minutes.
like I said, the whole conversation led up yesterday from like the other couple of days. He was like, how him and his girlfriend is, but I was speaking on how close me and you is, and how important my marriage is, and certain things sometimes that when you talking, it's like you talk, but he know how I feel. So we was laughing the whole time before I even butt dialed you. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I love you more than anything in this world. And the conversation you caught was a bullshit conversation. Why you didn't catch all the good shit that I said about you?
Because you didn't butt down me on the
That's why I
good
said,
stuff.
like,
You butt
what the
down
hell
me.
would Satan just be like, oh, let me just ruin this nigga life?
I mean, my
You
thing
know what I'm
is
saying? But
like,
let me finish
go
because
ahead,
you
go
had.
ahead.
So what I was talking about, like, the dude upstairs, he young, he 18. He was talking about the little girls. He was feeling himself. So I was like, yeah, blah blah blah. When I was your age, you know what I'm saying? I dealt with someone, but I was sneaking in the house. And then, even years later, after she seen me or whatever, and we moved like a couple doors down, and she was like, she wasn't ready, sending messages. Like, I give a fuck. I don't care. Like, I got a wife and I got my kids. Nothing gonna break that up. That's where I'm at. So then I was like, yeah, bro, man, I even forgot to tell you, bullshitting around. I got the job of my lifetime that I've been waiting on, even though we slash business owners too. So the joke, like, I was joking. I was like, man, she told me she can't go to sleep while I'm gonna be gone for that one night. But I didn't go into details, breaking everything down. I was bullshitting about that. Because he know that
The
how I feel about
conversation
you.
was, this is how he said it. He was like, yeah, I forgot to tell you. Me and my old lady got to arguing last night. Because, I got to stay Newport News for a night. And, she talking about something. She can't sleep without me. I told her, shit, go to sleep.
And it
You
was a
know,
joke.
my thing is, like I said, him and I are together all the time. So for him to be out of town, it was something that kind of bothered me, and I got a little emotional about it.
And
And I felt like when he said that he was trying to clown my emotions,
never
whether it
did.
was or whether it wasn't, that's how it came off to me. And then when he had the audacity to say, shit, well, my wife know I look at other bitches. No, this bitch don't know.
And you done been in my face, not even at the restaurant. I don't look at other bitches. Cause the simple fact, you even try to set me up sometimes. You will talk and like, damn, look at that girl. What girl? I'm not gonna look at her. That's what I'm saying. It was a joke. This nigga that I was talking at work knows how I feel. And I told him how I feel about you. So, I mean, I know what you heard. It was messed up. But dearly, everybody hearing that, I love you to death. And
So
I would
my
never
thing
disrespect
is
you
just
like that.
like, okay, my question is like, and I know like a lot of people aren't watching now, but I mean, I see two people are watching. My thing is guy talk something that should be taken seriously? Is there anything serious about it,
God
or
talk is
is it
bullshit.
just BS?
It's just bullshit.
Like, cause I
To me,
don't.
it's bullshit. And they look up to me. That's why that
But
about the old junk.
if they look up to you, then why not tell them the truth?
He was laughing because I told him the truth last
So
week, and that's
Fleetwood,
on.
okay, thank you. Fleetwood said that guy talk is BS.
Yeah, I
But
mean, you married. There's no way that I have time to. All my attention and stuff is towards you, man. You my wife. You my everything. You my life. And for you to be so upset, I can understand where you coming from, because it shouldn't have been said. And you know, I'm at work. I bored as hell, and I told you I can't wait to get off because we ain't had shit to
I
do.
mean,
And that nigga know the dude that was talking. He knew. That's why he started laughing. He's like, man, shit. He was like, man, just tell her you with me. I said, man, my wife don't know you. If we go somewhere, and I like, man, my wife will hate you forever because I'm gonna end up telling her anyway. You know, if we out and about and you looking at women or whatever, and he was, that's why I said my wife know I look at women. He said, and well, he didn't laugh. He did me to look like, nigga, you serious?
your exact words were like, shit, my wife know I look at other bitches. And
But
I'm
that's not true
like,
though. I'm just
I
saying
do.
we was kicking the shit.
Like, I do, because I don't.
And you know
And
that
then
too.
my whole thing was, well, if we go carry it like that, then it's time for me to get out my binoculars and I need to go start searching. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
I don't know what you're saying.
I,
But I
I
don't
was
do that.
extremely upset by the conversation.
Yeah.
I was extremely, I don't know if I was more upset by the comment of, shit, my wife know that I look at other bitches, or if I was more upset at the fact that I had an intimate conversation with you the night
But
before.
he didn't. He thought that was a joke. That's what
He
I'm
did
saying.
not think it
He
was a
did know.
joke.
We just spoke about it. Couple days about it.
I was listening to the
You didn't hear the
conversation.
conversation that we had a couple days before. This nigga know how I feel about you. He know how long we've been married. He know that you mean everything in the world to me. He know that I don't go out no more. And when we go out, we go as a couple. Cause even with the All Stars, he was like, "Oh, y'all gonna be on some Beyonce and Jay Z shit." Cause he said, "I know you don't go nowhere without your wife." I said, "No, that's not my style. My style is whatever we do together." And I apologize to everybody. I love my wife and I never disrespect my wife. A nigga can say all you want that this is soft, blah blah blah. Nigga, at the end of the day, can't nobody fuck with me. And I'm just being honest. That's just the way I feel. I love life and that's just how God made me. I watch Pepper the Pig or anything, and you threaten me, nigga, I'm gonna come fuck you up. This is plain and simple. And
I
that's the
mean,
type of nigga I am. I love my wife, and for me to go back and tell him, he was like surprised, like damn, all them times you done said something good shit, why she ain't hear that? He like,
I didn't
oh,
hear it because
I ain't butt dialed you that,
you didn't
yeah.
butt down me then. But does anybody understand? Okay, Fleetwood, I see that you've commented, and I don't know if you're still there or not. But I mean, can anybody see how I would be upset?
I know why you upset, and I ain't. I said
I
I
just,
didn't. I don't fault you for being upset, but you
I
know
just
me
want to
as your
know.
man and
I
how I
understand
completely
that.
changed,
I do know you
and I
as
would
my
never hurt
man,
you.
but my thing is, I just want to know if anybody could understand why I felt upset. Thank you, Fleetwood. I understand, and I
Yeah,
respect all of your
yeah. It's
comments
just
and opinions, and I appreciate it. And I'm glad for you, another man, to say that you still understand. And you said it too. You
yeah.
said
I
that
understand
you
how you feel.
understand how I felt. But he said he would have got it too.
Yeah, you go get it. Now if you didn't go off like you did, your ass was cheating. That's the way I felt. And you would have been in this a double headlock. And don't even ask how they were. This shit would have been possible. But at the end of the day, I love you. And when niggas talk, they just talk. And they be talking stupid. That nigga know how I am. From the little bit he know about me. I'm about my family and about my bags. That's it. That money and about my family.
Okay.
You know? I don't have time for all that. I'm 38. I would never find no one in my life that know me the way you know me. I mean, it's just impossible, and I wouldn't even put my shit in jeopardy like that. You know, and
Well,
I gave you a public apology,
well,
and you know,
I appreciate the many private apologies and the
yeah.
public
But I'm
apology.
not gonna do nothing but love you even more now, cause that was a wake up call for me.
I was just hurt,
Yeah, it
and
hurt me even before that even to hurt you. You gotta understand where I'm coming
and
from.
I think that you're the only person who can who can hurt me that way. Like, I don't I don't care. It's not like I don't care about people, but like when it comes to you and my kids, it's like something totally different. I mean, the love I have for you is totally to ain't no oh my god. I got on the turtleneck
I
now.
don't
Oh
even care.
God help me.
If I gonna put that bitch
The
over top of your
Lord.
head.
Shut the hell up. But I'm just saying, like, for me, come on. Anyways, like for me, it's like I've been through a lot, and it took years and years and years. I mean, you and I have been together now for 16 years. We've been married.
12.
We've been married for
That's something I should get mad
yeah. I
about.
know. I'm thinking. I got a lot on my mind. But I mean, we've been married for 16 years. I
We're
mean, we've
married
been
12
together for
years.
16 years. We've been married for 12 years. And you know my entire life story. You know
Hmm.
everything that I've been through. And
And I
you
never
had to
mentioned that to
break,
nobody.
you had to break through a lot of walls in order to get me to even open up to you. And I just felt like at that moment, because I've invested so much of my energy and I've opened myself up to be vulnerable, it hurt because I don't even think like, you know, shit, my wife know I look at other bitches. I think that you discussing the conversation that we had the night before about how I felt about you leaving, and although you didn't go into details about me crying and whatever, but it's just the fact that
The nigga didn't even know you was
that
crying.
was a vulnerable moment for me.
And then, I mean, don't
And
nobody still don't know you was crying.
everybody knows now I was crying, but what I'm saying is that was a vulnerable moment for me that I expressed with you, and
Hmm.
I felt like you were trying, and you said, and I know you said you weren't, it was just guy talk, but I
Yeah.
felt like at the time listening to it, it was like,
See,
man, is he trying to clown me? I
uh,
just felt, I think I was more hurt by that than I was by that my wife know I look at other bitches
but I don't look
comment.
at other bitches like you. Look, I
Like
mean, I
I,
was 18. Them type. I just like, man, I don't live my life. So I just threw it in there, and the nigga they started laughing because I was like, yeah, my wife know. You know, after I said about me staying there, and I said, man, I don't fuck around. You know, I'm loyal, but my wife knows that I be looking at other bitches, and I laugh, and the nigga look, he was like, oh, alright, like he gave him like, nigga, shut the fuck up. That was that. I don't know why you on here. Seemed like the phone just like, oh, Satan really? He played his part yesterday. I'm gonna get that bitch back though. I'm gonna get him back though.
but I was just, I think that hurt me more than
Shit, it
the,
hurt me, cause
because like I said, it took a lot for me to open up to you, because of everything that I've been through. And I mean, it's gonna be a day where, I come on our channel and I'm gonna talk about everything that I've been through. But I've been through so much,
it's
and I just felt like, and I understand what you said. You weren't clowning me, but I just felt like I was being clowned at that
it hurt.
moment.
That shit hurt.
It
It
really
hurt
hurt
for
me.
me to hear you go off and were crying like I did something that was intentional, but and he's really, speaking because he was like right beside me. He was laughing and gave me the look like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I was just trying to school him, like, man.
So did he hear? Did he hear when I called back and went off on you?
I told him, he's a man. You hurt.
Oh,
I
so
said, yeah, I'm hurt because I
so
ain't,
he didn't hear when I actually called back.
nah, but
Uh,
I told him everything, but he don't know what actually you said. I just broke it down like she pissed. He was like, pissed for what? I like, man, he's like, man, you ain't say nothing wrong. From his point of view, he ain't seen nothing wrong, but as I started talking to you more, I was like, damn, I did just, I did a little too much, which I shouldn't have did, you know.
it was a lot. Because I
And
feel like stuff that I discuss, especially stuff
yeah,
that
but
I'm vulnerable about, and stuff that like I express to you,
and that
and
don't
I
happen.
cry.
That shit don't
You
happen.
know,
That's what I'm saying. That shit stay
I
with
feel
us.
like it should stay with us.
It is,
And
but
like I
he took
said,
the part,
that hurt me more than the you looking at other
but he
women
know look
comments.
at because he like, damn, bro, you don't. He like, so you just it's just you and your wife. I said, yeah. I said, bro, I'm gonna be honest. I won't perfect. I done fucked up a couple times. And I said, and she ain't perfect. We had our issues. But I mean, at the end of the day, you fix it if you want to be with that person. And, and it just led to that. I mean, I'm an honest dude. I'm loyal. And I admit that I fucked up. But at the end of the day, my kids and you is the only thing matter. And I fixed that easily. That's why when for now I'm not able to even speak to niggas. Period. When it comes to my wife, I mean, my kids or anything, it's none of their fucking business. They didn't grow up with me from the dirt, and they still won't hear it. Cause it's none of their fucking business either. Sorry for talking like that, but that's just how I feel. I stay to myself, and they just had to figure out life on their own, and whoever I deal with. And I'm blessed
Um,
for God to give me that. And to have a wonderful wife like you is hard to come by.
I mean, I appreciate it.
And
And like I said, still, it's just gonna take time for me to, because you know how I am. It's like when I'm hurt, it's like hurt lingers with me, and
yeah,
it's something that I tried to pray about, but when I'm hurt, it sticks, and it's like I get back to the point where I'm nervous, like, okay, I'm feeling this. I don't know if I should discuss it because I don't want it to come up in a conversation. But I do appreciate, like Fleetwood saying, guy talk is guy talk, and um,
yeah.
sorry, my battery was going low. But I appreciate when he said, guy talk is guy talk, and it doesn't mean anything.
It don't. But look, it was guy talk.
It was
But
guy
just
talk,
look for
but
45 minutes. If I was this fucked up dude, you know, just
my
imagine what the
thing,
fuck you would have heard.
you're right, and that's true. But
It just shows that you got a good man. I know I got a good woman. And
I know that guy talk. Like I said, I know guy talk is guy talk, and I just don't want anything I express to you. That's, of course, everything that we talk about, like especially in the bedroom or whatever, private conversation
nah,
is
that don't never come out
private.
my mouth with that. Nothing
But,
like that.
if it's something that I'm real vulnerable about, and that it actually gets me to the point where I'm emotional and I cry, and to hear you like joking about it, that hurt more than the other
But he
comment.
didn't know how serious it was.
What I'm telling you, I know he didn't know,
Yeah,
but what
and don't
I'm
nobody
telling
really know
you
now. It
is
just
that
I
it
know.
that hurt more than to hear you say, "Well, my wife know that I look at other." That hurts more.
But then he know I don't, and you know I don't, because the
But
way that I slant.
I don't know, because I don't know about you. You want to know what I think about the guy talk is when Donald Trump tried to defend himself for what he called locker room talk, when he tried to defend himself by talking about some floozy or whatever. I don't even know nothing about guy
Now
talk or
Donald Trump
whatever.
is
But
that's that nigga grab pussies and all that extra
well, whatever.
foolishness and
Yeah, but
that's a
like
totally
I
different
mean, and
category.
girls have girl talk, but like
Yeah.
my friends, and I don't have many, but you know, my one of my very very best friends is married. She's a married woman,
I
and
already know who that is.
we don't we don't have those type of discussions. We don't, and so I don't understand the whole gist of the whole guy talk thing. And I'm glad that, like you have a friend and a cousin like Fleetwood who would actually come on here and watch
Mm,
and give his opinion and to let me know that it's a bunch of bullshit, the guy talk.
it is.
But, and the
Especially if
fact
you
that,
butt down.
yeah, you need to be careful
I ain't gonna be
if
careful
you're
because I
butt
ain't saying
dialing
shit
me.
nowhere like
Like,
and that
and
don't
then it's
it just
always, it comes back to true. If it comes back to what is true, is like if you're gonna look for something, you're gonna find something that you
you
don't want to hear. But I
yeah.
mean,
I
I didn't
mean
feel like I was looking for anything.
you was on that joint for 45
Your
minutes.
phone called me.
That's what I'm saying. You was on that joint for 45
I
minutes.
was.
And that
I
that's
listened
let you
to,
know.
when you butt dialed me, I listened for 45 minutes because
And look how whack I am. I had to go back when I was 15. So they was telling you something like, hey, 45 minutes and
I
I
was
would
like,
discuss it.
why are
I
you
said I would discuss
even
it back then with that situation.
why are you even talking about that
Cause
thing?
dude up there, I told you he was 18. It was two
I
different people
mean,
I was talking to at one time.
like why? I mean,
It's
why are you
nothing there.
even? Well, I
Like he
know
was,
there's nothing there. I mean, I know there's nothing there between you and that
yeah, he
relationship.
was just
You
18,
know.
and I was like, man, you need to deal with how many women you can deal with now, and try to work at whatever you do. Cause he deal with, I don't know, fat, skinny, whatever. Like, you young dude, you gotta do. Don't get settled down. And these two different people I saw, one was upstairs and one he was right there when I was going back and forth to get the electric parts and stuff. So
Yeah.
but to me it don't seem much, but I know how you really feel about me, and a lot of people don't know when they
Oh,
come to
I
me
don't know.
but I
People
just
people ought to know. Like,
yeah, I just felt
for
fucked
one,
up that I was trying to defend
I
it,
don't play no games like when it comes to you.
and the
And
same
then
here.
too, like, another thing, like, when we have an argument, if it's something that really hurts me, that's another thing that bothered me was, you trying to flip the script. Don't do that. You
Mm.
have to allow me to express myself, and are you looking at me because I'm talking to you?
Yeah, I was just thinking about
You have to allow me to get it out and to be hurt, and instead of trying to
you. I know,
find
and
something random and off
you
the
see the test
wall
though.
to
You
blame me
remember
for.
you remember I spoke to you about 2 weeks ago when we was on our way somewhere, and I was like, this dude had a thing about in the marriage counselor is a marriage club
That's a
on
mess.
Facebook when he was like, how
Uh-huh.
you get out the doghouse if you're married, and people, I was like, man, shit, I don't even need that shit no more.
No.
And damn if I ain't jinxed myself,
And got in the
and like
doghouse.
in the fucking week or two. So I was like, wow, this
But
is just.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, I'm glad we were able to have the conversation. I'm glad
Mm,
that we were able to share the conversation. Maybe it can help somebody else. As far as you being out of the doghouse, you're still not. Um,
I really, I just want to love you for the rest of my life. That's it.
but you're not out. You're not out of the doghouse. Not.
Anything else is just it don't.
I mean, seriously.
No, I
I mean,
mean,
it's just that it hurt me.
But you gotta
And
realize if you think about
I have
all this in
been,
our marriage,
but you have to understand how hurt I have been over a lifetime and
yeah.
how hurt that I've been, in our marriage too. And it's like I've just been through so much since I can remember. And like I said, and that's a whole nother conversation.
Man, you've been blessed a
And
lot too,
I have,
man,
and that's
and you
another thing.
continue to get.
I
Cause
have been blessed
since
a
I got this
lot.
new job and we still
It's
do our
not even
catering,
about the
you is
job. It's just
I.
that
I know I'm talking about love because when I'm happy and doing something that I love to do, it's
God
it's
has truly
it's
blessed me.
it's, it's well, it's the words I can't even explain it because I'm more excited about just the gift that he gave, like, and I'm not even gonna announce the job that I told a
I'm
couple of
so
people,
tired tonight.
but it's beautiful, like it's
It is.
hard,
It's
it's
like
hard to find good
I'm gonna tell
love,
you right
and
now,
it
God has
take a lot.
truly, 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 truly blessed us. Like we are truly reaping the harvest that God promised us. And I want to thank my friend TC who spoke it into existence about you with this
Thank you,
job,
TC and Shy.
and Shine who's and I have friends that actually pray for us, and but when it comes to love and the love that we have,
A solid friend like my
I
brother TJ
mean,
too.
oh, TJ's awesome. Yes, TJ's awesome. Um, and your best man.
Sean, Darrow. I got a whole list. Jay, I
But
got a lot
no,
of
I
cool people,
mean,
man. Travis, Raven,
I don't like all your
Tyrese.
friends. I like the majority of them.
You like them. Half of your family
Well,
got
it's
married.
only one of them that I don't like, and I'm not gonna speak on it. But like I said about us, our love, I'm glad that God put us together. I feel like He knew what He was doing when He put us together. I do know that.
I ain't finished. I'm not finished. He not finished for us to grow. I'm gonna tell you,
No,
we're not no
no.
ordinary couple that you can just
We're
put
just
together.
ordinary people.
Right? We had that faith from God is blessed, and
We
baby, I
don't
make
know
sure
which way to
that people gonna
go.
definitely see that.
And I mean, I know, and I know that everything that you've promised me, and I know everything that God has promised me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we were able to talk about this. And I hope that, normally when we have an issue, and, I'm telling, people who probably watch this later, when we have problems, our issues will last for like a week,
Till we both
because
stubborn.
this one right here does not know how to let anything go. Wake up, look at the camera. You will talk about something over and over and over. And like when I think that it's over, and I get in the bed and I crawl up and I be like, yes. They be like, how do you? I see these memes, right? How do you sleep knowing that your husband is mad with you? And then they got people sleeping so peacefully. My meme says, I don't, because you will not let me rest. I know you tired. I know you tired, but you have got to open your eyes
What you
and
talking about
talk.
now?
Yes, I know
Oh
you're
no, I don't
tired.
say everything I had to
Okay,
say.
but still, but we got other stuff to say. We can help bless other people's marriages. I mean,
Yeah.
but this time it's like, when we had our argument, and I mean, I was really, really hurt.
And I thought it was a prank. We used to like
Oh,
when I look at the phone, I said, "Damn, she must get ready to tell me like I only got that much little more time to go." But man, when you went in and started saying what you were saying, I said, "What the fuck? The fuck I did now? God damn, I'm at work." And then you was
oh
like,
gosh.
there. Then I was looking at the phone. I said, "You guys to be fucking
So then
kidding
you had to
me."
go back and look at the phone and
I
realize
looked at the
that.
time, dog, and then I think I called you like 10, 15 minutes earlier. I was like, you guys to be kidding
So then
me.
you realize then that why I was, because I just went off and hung up.
I mean, I knew, yeah, because the
So
way
when
you,
I
but
went
I still
off,
thought you was like gonna call me back and
you're yelling.
like nigga, I got you.
So when I went off and was yelling and I hung the phone up, you didn't know what it was until you went back and looked and saw that you had butt dialed me.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of it came to pass.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I said I deserved this on a Friday that I'm getting off early. I had plans to come kick it with you in the middle part of Aretha Franklin funeral. I thought me and you might get a.
Ah!
You told me.
Let me tell
You
you something.
said, come in, we scoop scoop.
Let me tell you something. I had a good seat at her funeral. And won't nobody gonna steal my seat because they would have been laid up in the casket, would I?
Yeah. And I mean,
No.
like I said, man, I just want to give you the finer things in life. You understand that.
I do
And
understand
it
that.
is,
But you
and
have
the
to
process is
understand,
there.
do you know the type of woman that you have?
I know. I
That
definitely
the
know.
finer things in life is something I don't need.
I'm
All I
not even
need,
talking
but
about
I'm
like,
just telling you,
yeah.
you
But I'm just
always.
talking about
Well,
your
first of all,
MCM bags, the real
you're not
shit,
talking in
that
your inside voice, but
Louis, with all that shit. It's shit that you could be getting.
I
Cause I've
know.
been
But
blessed with this
you have to
awesome job and
understand
benefits.
that you have a wife that does not care about the materialistic things. All she cares about is you
And
and
I
her
know,
children. I
I
mean,
know.
and I care about the order that God has put, God, husband, and my children. That's the order that I live my life in. So all the bags in the world and all the shoes in the world, that doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is
So you don't want to
when
do a little shop now? All right, that's
I mean,
cool.
if you had said no, I mean that'd be fine. I wouldn't care. What makes me happy is when I go in there like and make me a nice baked spaghetti, and to
Mm-hmm.
see y'all's face just eat it and y'all are happy. Or when I fry chicken, and greens and potatoes, and when I cook y'all meals and y'all are happy. What makes me happy is doing the laundry and washing everybody's clothes and having them folded and things being organized and the house being clean, and you coming
Mm-hmm.
home not having to lift a finger. That's what makes me happy.
And that's what separates you from a
That's what
lot of
makes me
women.
happy.
And for you, I told you you're gonna be a stay-at-home wife, and I'm gonna pay you for staying home. That's
And you can.
man, you already
I'm
accepted
tired
anyway.
too.
So I
But
mean,
yes,
it's
but still, I'm still a nurse. I still,
yeah, you still
and
can do what you
I'm
want to do.
just,
You going to school?
what my thing is, of course, I'm going to get my master's. But
Yeah.
the beautiful thing about me is that I have a business degree, I have a nursing degree.
Yeah.
I'm going to school to get my master's. Like, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but it's a little bit of a toot toot. I mean, I
I mean,
feel like I've accomplished so much for somebody that so many people look
and
down upon.
you 33,
And I'm
34. You still, yeah, you
I'm
a fresh 34.
34 years old,
Fresh 34, a couple weeks back.
and I have family that that's ministers and that's in the church, and that won't forgive me for my sins, but preach forgiveness every Sunday.
As long as God forgive you for your
You
sins,
know
that
what,
all
and
matters to
let's
me.
go there. Let's go there.
You really want to take it there?
I really want to. I'll make this. I have like 15 minutes for this to be an hour video,
You
but
really?
I do want to
Uh,
take this there because this is something that hurts me, because I know in my lifetime that I've hurt people. I know that I've hurt people.
People done hurt you too.
Okay,
Oh, you know what I'm
hold
saying?
on, hold on. And it's not a tit for tat. This is me now.
Personally.
This is me. Will you stop? Nobody can see anything, and I'm hot. This is me. Like, I know that I've hurt people.
Hmm.
I know it.
A lot of people have.
Yeah, a lot
You
of people
know,
have hurt people. I know that, but I'm
and you
talking.
don't forgive
I'm
people.
talking about me personally.
Yeah,
I have hurt people, and it wasn't yesterday. This has been years that I've done stuff that I shouldn't have done, and it's been years that I've said things that I shouldn't have said. It's been years ago that I've hurt people that I shouldn't have hurt.
yeah,
And there has been many days that I have cried and cried and cried and cried. And I prayed and cried and I prayed and cried. And I've asked God for forgiveness. I'm not crying now.
I know.
But I've asked God for forgiveness and He's forgiven me.
Yeah, because he continue to bless you
He
day after
continues to
day.
bless me. I might have to go over here because I might need my charger.
How long you playing on?
Hold on, I got like 15 more minutes or something. Hold on, I might have to get my charger on this. You can come on over this way if you want to be next to me. But there has been times, and I have been crying and praying and praying and crying because I have hurt people. I have not been perfect. I am the black sheep
Well, let me ask you how old
of
you
my
was.
father's side of the family.
You was young
And
though, right?
I was young,
Yeah.
and I've done a lot, and you know, I've asked for forgiveness, and I've asked God for forgiveness, and I can't understand how there's a family of ministers and there's a family of people that are in the church and they preach forgiveness. And I'm gonna tell you, it has not, it won't like it was last year or the year. Let me just get this, and I'm going to get this off my chest
Get it off your chest. Get it off.
because it is hurtful. And I talked to my gram about it, and I said that I wanted to get it off my chest, and she said, you need to wait till the appropriate time or whatever. There was a time where my credit was messed up. There was a time when, I've been to jail. There was a time, when, my granny thought the world of me and I've hurt her. You know, I've hurt people in my family. Yes, I did. Not, I won't beating up nobody or nothing like that. But I'm just saying. I've hurt people in my family. My granny passed. And that was, first of all, the worst thing about when you have a grandparent that raised you. And during the school year, I was with my mom's parents, and during the summer, I was with my dad's parents. And my granny I never wanted for anything with her. Never wanted for anything. And I know I hurt her. I know I did. And people say that some things cut deep. And you know, I've asked her for forgiveness, whether people know it or not. And she told me to make sure that I go to God and ask Him for forgiveness, which I did. And I continue to ask for forgiveness for the same thing. And here I am. It's been years and years and years,
That's why I said
and I'm
stop doing it.
still like, why am I still asking for forgiveness for something that's happened like 7 years ago
More than
or
that.
10 years ago,
Almost
12 years?
13.
How old is Jahiem? You know what I'm
13,
saying?
he's 14.
He's 14 years. You know what? And it's like, I've lived excuse my language, but I have lived a fucked up life. Yes, I did. And I did some shit that shouldn't have been done. And I've had shit done to me that shouldn't have been done.
But
You
you don't
know,
deserve
where
your past
where
to keep coming up
where
over
was
and over.
where was the people when I was being molested, and when I was being beaten on, while
As a kid.
as a kid. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the fact that I've asked for forgiveness. I prayed for forgiveness. God's forgiven me and God is blessing me. And I'm still being treated like shit.
And you know why? Let me no. After this, I ain't gonna say nothing.
No,
You
I
know why?
mean,
Because right now, God is blessing you, and they seen you had changed. But the only way they can get to you because they past. That's the only negative thing they can bring about you, and they know it get to you. So after this
that's what Graham
conversation,
said.
throw this shit in the
And
trash.
that's what my grandpa said to me.
Yeah.
That they know
That the only
that
thing.
I long for acceptance from them.
Mm-hmm.
I still long for acceptance from them. And I can't. These are people.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be putting people before I put God. God has forgiven me. God is blessing me. And these people
Not only
will
that,
stand in the pulpit and preach
and never
forgiveness
preach about what they did
and never
or
preach or talk about how they have me as the black sheep.
oh no,
Do
they
you
never preach
think
about what they did
do
in
you
their
think
past.
I get invited to family functions? Do you think the only reason why I was probably invited? I wasn't invited to the funeral. I mean, that was my grandmother. Of course, I was gonna be there. She did everything in the world for me. But I mean, did you really want me at the repast? My husband has everybody knows how genuine my husband is, and he texts a family member to check on them. And the response from the text was, "I'm glad you have my number, but I don't want people calling me looking for you or Vernetta." First of all, no bill collector is going to be calling because my credit is straight. Second of all, I don't have anything bad going on in my life. There's no police looking for me
And
or
y'all been on probation for
I've been,
3 years
I
now.
mean, I'm not even on papers. I have my rights back. Come on now. You're going to bring up something like that? All my husband was doing was checking. People call my mama house looking for you and Vernetta. Okay, well, I apologize that I used to live there and I got mail there because I used to live there, but I don't have any issues anymore.
How many times you
How
get
many
judged for
times
the
am
same
I going to
shit?
be judged? And I'm a sinner because a bill collector calls? Let's get that straight. No, I'm not a sinner because a bill collector called somebody's house. And I'm sorry that they called my grandmother's house looking for me when I had outstanding bills, but I don't have outstanding bills anymore. Thank you. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, I can thank him for that.
Start sweeping around your own door
My God.
before you start
Let's
working
talk about
somebody
how I
else.
just sued a collection agency and got money from them because they were calling me when they weren't supposed to be calling. Do you want to see the paperwork about that? My husband was just being kind-hearted because he genuinely cared about this person and looked up to this person, and he got a snotty text message back in return.
And usually I would
And you
stoop to
know
that
what?
level, but
I thank God for my husband and the change that he made. And the change that he made. I thank God for the change that he made in me because I wanted to snatch that phone when he got home, or not even before when he called me and told me about it. I wanted to take my phone and I wanted to lay into somebody's ass. Yes, I did say it because that was unnecessary. And I know that everyone is grieving. And sometimes when people grieve, they say things and whatever. But that was hurtful,
you still
especially when I have taken so much time, and I have taken so much time with God, and I have changed my life so much, so much. And I don't need a reward for changing my life, because my reward is going to come when I die and I enter into the kingdom of heaven, when I can see all of my grandparents again. I can see my family. You know, that's when my reward's going to come in. When I get blessed, when I get back to home, my heavenly home, when I go up yonder, that's that is when my reward is going to come. You know, that's when it's going to come. But you want to sit on your high horse, and people, of all people, it
You
had
had
to
the
come. It
opportunity.
had to come from you.
You had the
It
opportunity.
had to come from
You
you.
saw me face to face.
And you saw us face to face. Yeah, we all were grieving. I was grieving at the fact that I couldn't even get a phone call that my grandmother had passed, but I had to read it when I woke up via text message. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You want to talk the truth, talk the truth.
Yeah, I'm always going to speak the truth.
No, I'm just saying, not you. I'm just saying, if you want, they want to see
That's
you talk
one
the
thing
truth.
about me. I don't sugarcoat anything. Nothing. That was hurtful. And what you're continuing, and the box that you're continuing to keep me in, is also hurtful. The things that you are saying about me is hurtful. Very hurtful. You know, and I'm glad that I have a lawyer in case I need one. Because if it continues, then I'm going to get something, defamation of character. I know I can do that, but I got a lawyer for other reasons too. So don't think I'm stupid. But I mean, it's just hurtful. You want to talk about church hurt? There was a big thing going around about church hurt. I can tell you about church hurt. When church hurt comes from the person that's preaching in the pulpit is your daddy's brother. That's church hurt. And you can't forgive me for something that happened 10 or 12 years ago. But you open everybody else into the church with open arms and tell them that they are forgiven. And then if they confess to the Lord Jesus Christ, that they can be forgiven. If they get baptized, they can be forgiven. But I can't.
And then,
What's the difference between me and everybody else? What is the difference? Yes, I'm hurt. And I'm about to have a freaking breakdown.
no, you're
But you
not.
know what?
Nah, no, you're
My
not.
life has been so much better.
And
My
blessed.
life has been so, I've been getting blessed, and oh my gosh, you can see. And you know what? I always tell people, I said, you know, you don't know where your blessings coming from, because the devil can bless people just like God can bless people. But my blessings are coming from God. Do you hear me? They are coming from God. So while you sitting there on your high horse and you hurt me, and I'm going to tell you, you hurt my husband's feelings too, whether he's going to admit it or not, because my husband looked up to you. And if you're going to hold me to something that I did 10 or 12 years ago, but you're going to go and you're going to preach forgiveness to everybody else,
Not only that,
who's
you
the real
can't.
hypocrite?
You can't get people
It's
pulling
all
out
right.
people in the church.
I had to get it off my chest. I know this video didn't have anything to do about that, but I am hurt. I am hurt.
And guess what? You got a man, and now that I'm a man of God, I might not be up there preaching or whatever.
You don't have to be
I
a
changed
pastor.
my life. And if people
That's
that
what I'm
can't see
saying.
it,
And the
you will see it,
and
and
the
you can see
preachers
it.
that's preaching up there, you think they've been holy their entire life? No, I'm not gonna put your business out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah, I'm not
saying.
gonna do that, but I can.
Deacons, and everybody. It's just not preachers. Deacons, they went through it too.
But I can.
But so don't try to look down on other people
But
because
you
when
gonna
you change your
continue to
life,
look down on me. You're gonna continue to look down on me. And God is continuing to bless me. And you know, I'm sorry, God, that I didn't listen to you and I still went ahead. But this thing was weighing on my heart so bad. So bad. It was weighing on my heart so bad because I am so hurt. And
Come on. Come on. Just let it go.
I'm good. No, I'm good.
I don't know. You don't
It's
still be
just
the
that
same.
it hurts.
Let's get up and go
It
to church in the morning.
I am, but it just hurts to the fact that
People don't understand you got feelings like everybody else.
they don't think
Like
that
his child
my
got
feelings
feelings too.
my feelings don't matter.
Oh, it matters to me.
Yeah,
And to
I mean
other
it
people
matters
that
to
love you.
you. It matters.
To other people that
It
love you.
it mattered whether they want to believe it or not. It mattered to my grandmother because I did apologize to her before she got real sick.
Mm-hmm.
I did. It mattered
And
to her.
you could do what you want to do and you
And
could
you
live
know,
your life and you could praise God.
my grandpa on my mom's side, you know, I was blessed that he gave me his last words. And his last words were, Netta, don't let anyone get you out of your square.
Yep. And they've been
And
coming at
I've
you.
been holding on to that,
They've been
holding on
coming
to
at
that.
you.
Because he knew that it won't just gonna be that day or the day after, but that was gonna have to be something that I take around with me.
And how
And
long we was together? 2 weeks when your great grandmother died, and what your grandpa said.
yeah,
Take care of her.
he said make sure you take care of her.
And that
And
was what,
yeah,
2003?
he knew we were gonna be together, but you know he told me that, and he gave me his last breath,
We
and
was
I took
together.
it, and I took that with honor.
We was together
We were
on his last
together,
breath.
his last breath with honor, and I'm sorry that I
You a powerful
wasn't.
black woman. You don't.
I'm sorry that I wasn't there in the last days and I wasn't visiting my granny like I was supposed to because, like I said, she did everything for me, everything. I didn't want for nothing.
Yeah.
But one thing I can say is that I did apologize to her, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that I owed the whole world an apology because I repented. I repented to God and I did what I was supposed to do as a Christian woman, as a godly woman.
And she raised you, right?
I mean, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
And
my
your granny, she
both
raised you.
sets of my grandparents
And from what
raised
you told,
me.
and the conversation we had,
Both
she said,
sets,
"Don't let them people get." She was saying that when she was alive. Don't.
both sets of my grandparents raised me, and that was a blessing. I'm glad that I was, raised by my grandparents.
And
But
you know why you back then you were raised by them. You were so respectful. You did everything everybody
you
wanted
know
you to
what?
do
That's the
except
point.
what you wanted to try to live your
Yeah,
life.
you know what? And I did. I did what everybody wanted me to do except for what I wanted to do.
Yep.
And when I got out into the real world, I guess I did. I made a lot of mistakes. I fucked up bad.
But I held on to you.
I'm not gonna lie. I fucked up bad. I did real bad.
Yeah,
You know.
I held on to you.
And a
You
lot
held
of
on to me.
people, a lot of people don't know like stuff that I even went through about me being molested, me being raped. A lot of people don't know that. A lot
Yeah.
of people don't know that I had a drug problem one time
Can you
where
clear the record too?
where clear what record?
That I didn't know because
Oh no,
until
Jarvis. I
didn't know
mean,
none of that. 'Cause
no,
people thought I
Jarvis
was
didn't.
behind
Jarvis,
everything.
Jarvis didn't even know that I had a prescription drug problem until it came. I had to. I was forced to tell him.
When I had to
You
talk to the
know,
Lord and get everything
I,
straight.
I was forced to tell him that. That had nothing to do with him. I truly messed my life up. But here I am now. I got a business degree. I got a nursing degree. I
Going back to
I'm
school,
going back to school to get a
had
master's.
your own business.
I have my
You still got your
own
own. You still
I
got
have
an
my
income
own
business.
restaurant. I still have a catering business. I Wow, man. My husband now has a government job. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but wow, it's like wow.
Yeah.
That's wow.
And it started September the 10th. That's why I say God is good. And you can relax.
God is
That's
truly
why I said just take
amazing.
time, go back to
You
school,
know, I
relax.
mean, I got two books coming out in 2019.
Yep, and I'm gonna got a book right
You
after
know,
that, the Tell It All book. And
you
that's
know, and mine's not gonna be no flimsy 14-page book. I have two books coming out in 2019. You know, things are going great for me, and I don't know if it's the fact that things are going great for me while people still big mad. Or I mean, do I owe if I owe you an explanation for something, you have my number. You can find my address. So don't please don't make the mistake of telling people that you don't know how to get in touch with me because you do.
and stop
My
using that
my
same
phone
old past
number
stuff
my
too. Just
phone number has been the same forever now. So I could give you my address if you need it. Don't tell
yeah,
people.
bro. Come
Don't
with something
people.
new.
That's what I'm saying. Like you keep
You
talking
get
about my
mad,
past.
you get mad just talking about, man, she got a good resume. She done accomplished this. She going to get a master's.
They
Talk
don't
about the stuff that's happening now.
they don't want to do that.
Stop doing that. Oh, because you make yourself look stupid.
Because they know that that's what gets to me.
Then they turn around and need you.
That they know that's what gets to me. But God. But God.
And then a whole lot of people probably don't. They so
All I can
they don't
say
even
is
know who you talking about because everybody be in so many different
it's
circles.
so many different circles
Yeah,
of
and then I
gossip.
was like, wonder who she talking about.
So many circles of gossip.
And a lot of people block.
And
So
that's why I keep saying, just know that you're blessed and highly favored.
mm,
Because I am.
yeah,
Because I'm blessed and highly favored. What's the other one that I like by Travis Green?
is it
All things are working for my good.
yeah,
Because he's intentional.
yeah,
Never failing. I know that all things are working for my good.
yeah,
'Cause he's intentional.
yeah. We praise our heaven.
Yeah, I do. I praise God every day. I wake up in the morning before my feet touch the ground, before I pick up my phone now. I pray and I thank God. I put a covering over my children. I put a covering over my husband. I put a covering over me.
And the
You
blessing
know,
for you just to be at home, you probably
a
make more than some
blessing.
people might make with their
It's
check.
such a blessing.
That's a blessing.
It's everything is a blessing for me. I've been just blessed.
And this year
Like
we gonna get back at
I
the
had,
beginning of the year.
everything that and I sit there, and I said I was only gonna go for an hour, but it seemed like I'm still going. But I'm not gonna take up too much time. But I sit there and social media. I'm always on social media. I'm always giving inspirational quotes. I'm always doing something inspirational because I like to be inspired, and I know how it feels when you have no one that will inspire. Like my husband, of course, my husband inspires me. He always has always has my back, always has my back. Um,
You always got mine.
Even through everything that I put him through, he still has my back. But what's crazy is I just continue to inspire people. And I
Yes,
would
you
see
do. You have
people,
some encouraging
like I
words.
said,
You help me out.
somebody was, I was gonna delete my face. I've had like 4 or 5 people tell me that, if I deleted my Facebook page, that they were gonna kill themselves. I had to pray a girl out of killing herself one night.
Yeah.
That's the things that I do that people don't know about it. I don't put on a show. This is the stuff I do for real life. I pray people out of suicide. I pray the girl off drugs. This is stuff that I do for real. This is me. This is my life.
Amen.
I've done it. I do it. I prayed myself off of drugs. Do you hear
Amen.
me? I prayed other people off drugs. I prayed people out of suicide. I've I've prayed over sick people.
And you know
Sick
what?
people, and for them to come back and tell me that they couldn't find what it was, whatever was making them sick. Oh, it was something minor, something that they initially thought it was, and came back and it was nothing minor. See, these are the things I do, the gifts that I have.
The red peppers messing with you. Ain't need
Yes,
some tissue. I put too much in
those
it to
red
tell you.
peppers are messing with me, but these are the things that I do. I'm blessed, and I keep blessing people.
And they don't know
And
what they keep saying. Only thing they can do is keep letting God continue to bless you.
yes,
That's all
that's
they
the
doing.
only thing.
You keep talking about the past. That's all
They
they doing.
continue to talk about the past, and God is still blessing me. But like I was saying, I'm on social media and I'm looking and I'm seeing the person that I idolized my entire life, who will go through and like everybody's picture.
So
That
sorry.
old man downstairs, and drop that drawer again, probably not scared the living poop
The
into
thing
his
ain't in there, babe.
depends. Don't pull it all the way out.
Yeah.
But anyways, I go through and I've written papers about this person, about, how he's my idol and whatever. And I go through and I see that, I don't care, about you liking my pictures and stuff, but it's kind of hurtful to see, people support him, supporting everybody but me. I might get a picture where he would like, my daughter's picture, or, you know, and I would see him say, "Good job, so and so, on your accomplishments," and, good job. But, you know, when I became a nurse, did I get a good job? You know, I'm working on, my master's, did I get anything? Do I even get a like? You know what I'm saying? I can't get nothing. It's like whatever, It's cool. I mean, it's
Slap in the
cool.
face.
But you can go around, you can show my pictures to people, and stuff to my about my kids and stuff. You can show that, and you can talk about me, but whatever. You can talk about me, but you
Well,
just
look, talk about all the way to the bank. I mean,
I don't even
talk
care about
about
the
to the
blank.
bank. I know
I
you
don't
don't
care about
care.
the bank. I care about being a blessing to other people.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
my
you can
thing.
do that because you still got your
That's my thing.
foundations and everything.
Congratulations, Vernetta, on your foundation, healing my heart. Congratulations on joining with your best friend, and working for Solo Ministries. Congratulations on ministering to the people, not to the church, but ministering to people who
Exactly.
actually need it. People see me coming, they're not expecting me to preach to them. They're not expecting somebody like me. When I get all dressed up, this cute little light skinned girl coming down the street, they don't think that she's going to talk about God and the many blessings and the things that He's done for her, and how she's overcome her
Yeah, baby.
addictions, and how she overcome molestation, and how she's overcome rape. They don't expect that from me.
Because you're a wonderful mother and a
How I'm a
wonderful
wonderful
wife.
mother and a wonderful wife and a wonderful friend. Hello. You know, no.
If you don't know
You
the
know.
facts, don't speak it. I mean,
And if there's anything that you need to know about me, you have my number. You can call me. I always put my number online. Most people be like, let me inbox it to you. Nope, I put it right on out there, 433-9954. Because if anybody need prayer, if anybody need help, I prayed a girl from an abusive situation. Lord God,
that
it
must be
brought me
tough
to,
on
that
you.
was tough for me to pray her away from abusive situation, because she was gonna kill him and kill herself. With his son there.
Wow.
So imagine what would have happened to his son. Stuff like that I deal with. My phone rang at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to be there to listen. I joke and laugh, and I do mean it. I mean, if you can't text, if it's not textable, If it is textable,
But look
then
what you
don't call
accomplished in
me.
your 33 years of life. I
I've
mean,
accomplished a lot. I have.
34, babe. I keep
34.
thinking.
I have accomplished a lot. And I've messed up a lot, but I've made a lot right. And I'm not going to keep rambling on and rambling on, but it's just some things hurt me to my core.
I mean, you
And
got an issue, just call. It's not
I
that
don't
hard.
understand why people speak family, 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 family.
Family bring you down more than anybody.
They speak family, 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 family. But when it comes to family, I'm not a part.
Hmm.
I'm not a part. You
I know
know?
I love you, babe. And I ain't the
It
only
just,
one.
it
It's a
felt good.
lot
You
of
know, when
people
I was
out.
at the funeral home and I went to visit my grandma, and, it was an older lady that used to go to the church, and her husband was on the digger board, and, it just blessed my heart, to hear her. And she was like, he don't remember you, darling. And I heard her say, you don't remember her? That's Albert's girl. It just blessed my
I
heart.
ain't said granddaughter,
Yeah,
said girl.
that's Albert's child, you
Wow.
know. But I mean, I rep my daddy proudly, Craig Winston. Lord, I do. I love him to death. He give it to me real and give it to me raw.
That's my boy.
And I love him. I love him to death.
You love your son, your husband too.
And yeah, he loves my husband because if it had came to the point that me and Jarvis was married for 70 years and my daddy turned around and said he ain't like him, me and Jarvis gonna have to figure something out. I'm telling you now.
Oh no, you need to put that camera over here. Look at my face in a minute.
I'm not sure. He big mad.
Yeah, I'm Superman.
But yeah, I just sometimes I get a little emotional. It's okay, and I understand that when people go through things, especially something as big as death, and when you've been the primary caregiver to someone, and you just go through so much, and there's so much that you have to do. But if somebody is genuinely reaching out to you, you just don't do that to them,
Yeah.
especially when you know that they don't live the lifestyle no more. You know, it's just like me coming to your house with 2 bottles of liquor and a case of beer, knowing that you don't drink. You know, don't do that to people. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. But to God be the glory all the time. All the time to God be the glory. And I'm going to continue to bless the Lord at all times. And his praise will continuously be in my mouth. You remember them singing at that church? I
Yeah.
will bless the Lord at all times.
Yeah.
He is good. Yeah, but seriously, I will bless him. And, I'm going to start doing my videos. I start reading my Bible verses and breaking it down because that's what I do for my children now. I like reading to them and breaking the Bible verses
I'm
down
just, I
so that they
mean,
understand.
I love the woman you became.
Did you want to talk to the camera? Because I can put
Oh,
it on you.
you are.
I can put the camera on you.
No,
What you gonna say?
nah, I'm good.
I
I just
thought you were
said,
saying
no,
something.
I just said I love the woman you have became, man. Like, you have, and you're not finished. That's the most dangerous part. Like,
It's
it's
not
just the
dangerous.
beginning
Yeah.
of your growth, and people just don't understand what you about to give the world through God. And I know that. For you to put a hand and change a man like me, that is not no easy. That is not no easy task. No easy task. So that's what I'm saying. What people try to do, I don't know if it comes through Satan. If people, it's
But you know what the devil meant for bad, God meant for good.
yeah. And I mean, you got a testimony.
I
That's why
do.
I'm
I
saying
have
I'm pushing you to get them
several
books.
testimonies. Oh,
Push them books.
my
Push
books
them
gonna be
books.
done.
You
Like,
know, your poetry. You have so much. When I met you, you was getting money, winning poetry, and a lot of people, the history and love we got,
Oh
it's
yeah,
nothing. We
you know,
so.
I had got a grant from the school one time from Strayer, like and I don't know how the story got twisted, but
What?
sorry, my battery had was going low again. I don't know how the story got twisted or whatever. I'm not gonna keep showing like your behind while you bending over. You know what I mean? But it had got like twisted or whatever. Like Stray had gave me like $3,000. It was like $2,000 or something like that back from my student loans or whatever. But I did enter into a poetry contest and won and got some money off of it. But I don't know how it got twisted, but it made it seem like it was an entire lie that I did. Like I didn't get any money. All of it came from the student loan grant. And I mean, I
What?
just didn't even know how to, try to explain, what happened. But I mean, I did get $3,000 back from my student loan check. But I also won a poetry contest as
I
well.
remember the part you showed me.
I showed you the paper
The
where I
paper.
won.
And I was
Right.
like, wow.
That's
And you gave me $100. Because I was like, see, and I gave it back to you
the crazy
over
thing
a
is,
million times.
I'm so glad that you remembered that
Yeah, I
because
remember.
I showed you the certificate where I won.
I said, man, you do
And
poetry too?
that was taken as if, oh, she said that she won this $3,000 from this poetry. I don't even know how the hell it happened.
I remember.
It was so long ago, but I did win, and I showed you the certificate. Yes, and just like
I was like, wow, you
with
so
me
talented.
and my lupus, like it's crazy because people can get like people in their family that are ministers, that are deacons, that are whatever,
Come
that
pray.
could come and pray with them. And I'm sitting there and I'm battling lupus, SLE, and I haven't gotten one, I'm gonna pray for you or one prayer for you or nothing. Like I
You
don't
know
get that.
what? Because God got you.
It just feels so
And
bad.
it is.
It's
And I know that
so
I've seen it.
it's so I just feel so bad.
Well,
Like
don't worry, we were going
my
to the
sometimes
mall.
my
We go.
soul aches, my soul aches because I miss. It's not like I miss my family. I wouldn't say I know that
We try to
I'm
reach
doing
out.
everything right, and I've been doing everything right for years, and I will not catch a break. I won't. I cannot catch a break. Anyways, I'm going on here. It's been like almost an hour and a half. And I thank God for y'all listening. I know it came from one story, and I'm sorry for the language, but it came from I started one story and went on to another, you know. But I'm getting tired to tell you that. But I'm gonna continue to look toward the hills in which come my help, and my help comes from the Lord. And I'm gonna continue to praise God at all times, you know, all the time.
God got this.
God got everything.
Yeah.
He got it
When
all.
God don't see, it don't matter who you is. You can't. That's something you can't hide from.
He wants it all. He said, "Love me, love me with your whole heart." He wants it all today.
You wanna play the game with the kids with the?
Oh, watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Shh, I'm tired. I'm tired of
Oh
falling asleep.
man. Yeah, we fine.
But I just want to say I love y'all. I've been on here too long. I went from one conversation to another. But I just had to get some things off my chest. Lord knows I did. But thank you guys who did listen and who did watch. God is good, and He will forever be good. I'm not going to keep y'all long like this next time, but y'all be blessed and have a blessed night and a safe night. You know, I love you, and God loves you too. I don't know how to turn it off. I'm trying to figure out how to turn the thing off, y'all. Oh, yeah. I want to end the stream.